Most think peace is passive, that war is inevitable, that someone else will handle it. Well, we don't. Welcome to the Department of Peace, where dreamers and doers like you and me and all of us who are fed up with the way things are working together to forge a different future. Today we're joined by Bahā Alhoussary, a Syrian refugee who was kidnapped by the Assad regime as an innocent 15-year-old while participating in a protest, and went on to join the Free Syrian Rebel Army in a 14-year revolution that ended up toppling their dictator in December 2024. Together, Bahā and I take a very different turn in our How to Survive a Dictator series. While most of my guests are people who have devoted themselves to nonviolence, I didn't want to miss the chance to talk with someone who might have a very different point of view, especially in the wake of his kidnapping, disappearance, and torture at the hands of his own government. Bahā has some surprising insights and some shocking warnings about what he sees as the flashing warning lights on the dashboard of democracy in the United States and around the world that you're not going to want to miss. Here's our discussion. Bahā Alhoussary.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us today on the Department of Peace.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you're here.
Same here.
You have an interesting story from Syria. We are not sitting today in Syria,
No.
but your life, your story, your history really probably starts and stops with Syria in your heart,
course.
I think. So I want you to
course.
introduce yourself, tell me who you are, how we got here, a little bit about.
Well, my name is Bahā. I will be 29 in June. I was born and raised in Damascus in Syria. And, you know, what brought me here is after at the age of 15, you know, everybody knows the war started 2011 in Syria. I had to witness all of it until we were forced to move to the north. Then, you know, after I was grown at that time when I was moved. I was somewhere between 2021. I've seen a lot of things that made me go to the conclusion that I need to get out of Syria. I moved to Turkey 5 years, a few months, and then I came here as I have some relatives, you know. I really missed family, so I needed someone to remind me of home. So I came here to, you know, my relatives that you know also.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, brought us here.
So today on this series, we're talking about how to survive a dictator.
Yeah.
You know a little bit about this. How do you survive? How did you survive?
How did I survive? Whew. Well, to be honest with you, the only way to survive a dictator and to get rid of one is education. Yes. Once you are educated about life, about history mostly, the history of your own country and of the person, how they got into the place of president in your country, then you will know how to survive them. Then you will know that you have to fight them to survive.
So tell me a little bit about that history. Let's assume that our friends and our guests here in our audience don't know a lot about Syria. Tell me about that education that you learned that has affected how you've gone on to try to survive this situation.
Syria, if we're gonna talk before not the junior dictator, the senior dictator that we have, which is his father, Assad, which was the president before Bashar al-Assad.
So we're talking about a two-generation
Yes.
dictatorship here.
Yes, we are talking about 50 something years of dictatorship. Before that, Syria was one of the most beautiful cities that you might see on earth. It was very developed. People were really well educated back at that time. The city themselves, if we're talking about buildings, streets, transportation, everything was developed. So Syria had those tramways. I don't know if you know what a tramway means.
Yeah, tramway.
Tramway.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I thought it's a Turkish word. That's why.
Yeah, the Turkish have it too.
Yeah. So we had it back in the 50s. We had that. We had like a radio, television, everything. It was there.
Right.
So what happened is like, there was like the wars, in the Middle East. There was few wars with certain neighbor countries that led to Hafiz al-Assad to be in charge, to be the president.
The dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first problem is if you get a president who is a military person, there is a 90% chance that you're getting a dictator. He's not political. He's a military man. All he knows is blood and fire. Yeah. So that's like, there is a 90% chance you will get a dictator. So, and we got the first one. And since that time, they start to fed people and they start to implant the ideas of glorifying one man in this country above the country itself. Yes. So Hafiz comes first, then Syria. Bashar comes first, then Syria.
But aren't they usually said with the same breath? It's like
but Hafiz
the man for Syria, the man for the country.
Yeah, like we have something called, like in Arabic they say بالروح بالدم نفديك يا بشار, which is like with our blood, with our souls, we sacrifice for you, Bashar. That comes first, then they say the same thing.
Not for the country.
Yeah, then they change it to Syria, but first Bashar. First Hafiz. Until this moment, there is still some people say, when they want to mention the father, they still say the immortal, yeah, the immortal leader Hafiz al-Assad. So he's dead since 2000, but he's still immortal. So
how does one man, or now two men, or how do they create this kind of loyalty?
First, you bring the people that they are from your family. Then you let them do whatever they want. Basically, you know, they can steal, they can kill, they can kidnap, they can do whatever they want. No one to charge them. Wouldn't you love such a person if he gives you all of this access in the country? Of course you will love them. You will defeat them because there is benefits you're getting out of this.
Defend them.
Absolutely, they will defend them. They will be blindly loyal to those people because there is something in return. There is money they have earned through all of those years. There is, properties, money, traveling.
Accessories and this like.
They wouldn't be able to get if they are not that much loyal.
In the case of Hafiz, the father, did he, I don't know quite how we think about this, but did he become a dictator by like one night? Or is it like a slow development?
It was a slow development, as I told you in the beginning. It was like they start to raise the kids on that perspective. But when people start to notice that there is something wrong going on, there is the military is being conquered by certain group of religion. Those people that are getting the high ranks, they are getting closer to the government. High places, and so people start to talk, especially in a city it's called Hama in the 80s. And then when Hafiz showed the first signs, I believe, according to my knowledge, when he showed like one of his first signs of dictatorship, he did a massacre. He killed thousands and thousands of people. And because of one of the things that they do also, they immediately control the media. There is no free media back in Syria. How it was, you cannot channels are controlled by
the states,
by the government. We don't by names we have parties, but no, it's everything is controlled by the what do you call it, the security,
like mukhabarat, or
exactly the mukhabarat, the amin, and by the government, by the president
It'd
himself.
be something like our CIA or FBI or something
exactly,
like that.
Exactly, but it's more. Like we can see it in the Western world. There is a free media. If I have the knowledge, like if I have enough knowledge, I have enough money, and I want to do a TV channel, no one can hold me back. And somehow, let's say, but no one can hold me back. I can do this, and I can show whatever I want on this channel. Of course, like I'm talking on the political side. But in Syria, there is no way to do such a thing. So when that massacre started in the 80s, there is no media to show. They immediately surrounded the whole city, so there is no people will come and go out of it. So there is no news to be spread. People got educated about the 80s maybe like 10 years after that, when the damage already happened. So people learned not to be educated, it's to be feared. To be in fear of what the government and what the president is willing to do if you talk about politics. That's what they did. That's when people start to know that, oh, we have a dictator.
Tell me more about how the control works from the dictator and his government to the education system itself, and kind of what the children are allowed to learn.
Well, let's talk about, like, we have a subject about, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's about the nationality, it's called like qawmiyah, which basically, it's supposed to talk about some of the things that happened in Syria, about the wars, but it mostly about what the previous and like the two previous presidents said. It's all about their lives, about the war they went through, which is like some lies, not real war, and their life. And like if you fail math at some certain level in the last year of high school, if you fail in Arabic only, you fail the year, you have to repeat. If you fail in math only, it's fine. But if you fail in math with like another subject, then you have to do the whole year. But if you fail in this subject that I'm talking about, which is we call qawmiyya in Arabic,
like history, but national history.
Exactly, national history, let's call it. Then you will repeat the whole year.
Yeah, because you must 100%
absolutely
learn
remember.
The propaganda, learn
exactly
the story.
What they say, what the things that they say, you have to exactly remember.
Now, do you know, like maybe from your parents or your grandparents, do you know that you're receiving false information?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, my father is well educated, thankfully. He's a lawyer. So he has like a lot of especially political like knowledge. He traveled to Egypt, to Lebanon back in the old days. So seen also what is outside of Syria back at that time. And that's why, and also because like he, just for knowing people from the city Hama that I told you about, just for knowing them, he went to jail for 2 years.
Just by association?
Yeah, just because you know them. If you know them, you know stuff about them. So yeah, he went to jail. And he suffered absolutely, torture and everything. So he was afraid to talk to us about it. But once everything started in 2011, he started to speak about everything and, like educate us about it.
By that time, how old are you, 2011?
15, you can say 15.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
So what years do you take this national history class that you must pass?
Oh, this one actually like elementary. I believe like first or second elementary year.
And then do they continue to reinforce this education every year somehow?
Course. Yeah. Of course, but every time, every year, it's more developed. They give you more lines to remember.
And it's the course that you must always pass.
Absolutely.
Not mathematics.
No.
But this one.
Yes, sure. And also, as I told you, like through all of those years, You have to you learn to love him.
Hmm.
They teach you
Did
to
you love
love
him?
him.
Did
No,
you learn to
no,
love
no,
him?
no, 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 no.
So when you say you have to learn, it becomes like a way of acting,
Yeah,
like a
like you
game.
know, yeah. It's for them. It's like they force people to love him, but in like unconscious way. They brainwash people to love him before the war.
Hmm.
The war opened the eyes like of a lot of people, but some of them, they are afraid, like specifically when they saw what he is capable of doing.
He still
During
had
the war.
many supporters.
Still, well, right now, once he ran away in this, the way he ran, a lot of people start to really see it, but still they love his father.
Because his father died.
Well,
With
he died
honor,
struggling.
like
No honor. He struggled with sickness, so there is no honor at all. Yeah.
but he didn't run.
Well, no
He
one
didn't
fought him.
abandon his country.
He did not fight. No one fought him. That's why
Is
he
the
didn't
story
go.
about Bashar though that he abandoned his country, he abandoned the beliefs, he abandoned the struggle, the fight
Basically, I don't see it that way. Absolutely, it's not about
for his
abandoning.
supporters specifically?
Yeah. That's about the like right now. Some people they call themselves the Syrians orphan, the Assad's orphans. Yeah, because he was like a father for them.
Wow.
That is not an issue when someone loves their president like as a father. That is something I have seen in multiple countries, to be honest with you. But the problem is when some people start to call him, issues starts.
Wow.
Yes,
God.
yes, they said clearly, loudly, he's God. We worship him.
What like the things we hear from outside Syria, good Muslim country, there is no God but Allah. So how can Muslim people, Christian people, Alawi people, how can you
The
call
Alawi people you're talking
a
about
man God?
he is Alawi. Bashar
Right.
and his father, he is Alawi. So those people that they are near to him from the same group, they start to
What
see
does
him.
what do you think God means in this case? Does it mean just a big word for saying something big about somebody, or do you think it really means to them divine
Divine,
on
Almighty,
earth?
Almighty.
So what happens when the Almighty doesn't have all the might to
He will have his son, which is the junior Hafiz, which is he was being prepared actually. His son was being prepared to be the next president. This is how they say it's republic, but it's not
Yeah.
republic.
Okay, let's go back. So you're around 15, 16 years old when
Yes, when everything started.
we typically most people call it Syrian civil war.
Nah,
Some
civil
people
war.
call it Arab Spring, but around this time, 2011.
Yes, it was in the
Daraa,
Arab Spring.
in the
Yes.
south.
Yes.
You say it's not called the Civil War. Why
No.
should it not be called the Civil War?
Because I don't believe someone will fight. Because the fighting wasn't civil. It was. You see, the problem is it did not become immediately war. It was people against it's a revolution. It's a revolution.
Tell us the difference between a revolution and a civil war.
Civil war mostly it becomes like two parties. There is two political sides that they are fighting, and then the supporters get engaged into this fight. This is from my own perspective. But a revolution is when the people don't want their government. They want to change that. They are against that, and then it become like how can I say it? Like there is weapons involved from the people side, because when the war started, like when the revolution started, we were not armed. Like we spent like around 8 to 10 months until there was weapons involved from the revolution side. It was only peaceful protesting. People literally went out with roses in their hands just to show the military that we have no weapons against you. But still, they got shot, they got killed. I myself was captured and I went to the mukhabarat for like 8 days. I was the youngest. It was my last year in middle school.
These are like this secret spy security service.
Yeah, it was. We call it مخابرات الجوية, which is like the Air Force service. Like those are the مخابرات, but for like the Air Force. One of the worst. One of the like top 5 worst مخابرات in Syria. I got captured there for like 8 days. It was me, my older brother, and a friend.
And where did they grab you?
There was a protest. There was like a killed in my neighborhood, which is called Jobar, on the side of Damascus. He was shot by a sniper. And we call it actual Assad militias. We don't call it the army. So militias took the body for like almost a week until they give it back to the family.
Whose body is this?
The kid.
Okay.
The kid's body. Once they, like for a week until they give it back to his family to...
This is the same story as Daraa in the south.
Yes, yeah. Well, they did it in every city.
Shoot or capture somebody. The
Yeah.
people come and say, give us our kid back or give us the body back.
The protest did not happen until they got the body. And then, you know, in our culture and in our religion, once you get the body, you bury the body, and then there is like, not the ceremony, the funeral. It's like for 3 days. We do funeral for 3 days, but at a certain hours every day. But at that time, and because of what happened, people choose one of the squares to stay in for 3 days completely. So they cut the roads.
The city squares.
Exactly. So they cut the roads, but it was like in an area where, like, you know, 4 sides, and there's this square. This street takes you like to the city center. So like, you know, it's so deep to the city, and absolutely you're gonna need to go through the Assad militias because they have checkpoints and everything. On the right side, where you go deeper to the countryside, but there is also checkpoint, and there is the side that takes to my home, which usually don't have a checkpoint. And I was there with my brother. My brother is 1 year older than me. He passed away during the war also, and my friend. And we were like one of the first who got caught. We were there in the protest, but it was getting late, so it was time to go back home. We're still kids, you know,
Yeah.
15. So we had to go back home. And on the way back home, out of nowhere, 5 people came out of from between the cars. And they came on to us to saying just like question and answer. That's all what we want. Once they have a grab on you.
Are they in uniforms?
No.
These are civilian dress.
Yes, exactly. Civilian dress, and because like out of the between the cars, they just like jumped on you.
And this is a standard mukhabarat kind
Exactly.
of technique. It's
Exactly.
hide among the people
Exactly.
and then grab you.
Sure. So
This is
we
why,
were caught.
like, they always say that Assad has eyes everywhere or
Absolutely.
ears everywhere. Or
But we say walls has ears.
yeah,
This is the things that we
Yeah.
say. This is the say. So
and it's these guys. This is why the walls have ears.
Absolutely. So we got caught at that time.
Now, were you doing anything?
We were just in the protest.
You were
which
walking.
is like, yeah, we were walking back.
You weren't.
We were like
you didn't have
around-
weapons.
No. I was
You
kid.
weren't
Not
throwing
even
rocks
raw. Not-
even at.
No. We were just walking back home, and I was like,
So it's just because you're in the area.
yes.
And
actually,
young boys.
Actually, after we were inside, we heard from people that there is a lot that they really, really had nothing to do with the protest, but because they were walking in that street. So everyone that is passing from those streets is getting caught.
So you were actually part of the protest.
I was part
and you
of the
accept
protest.
that.
Yes.
But you're saying even if you weren't part of the protest, they were still kidnapping.
There was the 3 friends, three friends, they got captured together. They were literally in some park getting drunk. And they are caught drunk. They were on the way back home. They were having fun. They were like, because it's still in the beginning, people were still forced to go to the military, you know, because our military, it's not volunteered. So there is time to serve.
Yeah.
So the serving time was getting closed. So there is some preparation because, you know, they're going to be going. They're going to serve the country, what they call. So they were having fun because they are going.
Last hurrah.
Exactly. So they were doing something fun. They went to the park. They had some drinks, and they are going back home tipsy, like that much, and they got caught. And they called them, and they really wanted to show them to the media because, like, look who are the protesters.
Drunks
Dumb people.
and yeah.
Exactly. But basically they're just like normal young men that they're just like trying to having fun before, going different
Probably very
ways.
scared about being brought into the military at this time.
Exactly. So
okay, so you're kidnapped by the government, basically.
Yes. For 8 days, my father was trying to find out where we were.
15 years old.
Yes, I was the youngest. The
8
youngest,
days.
yes, among.
They don't notify your parents at all for 8 days?
No. My father went, asked. They said, we don't have them. Maybe in a different place. He went to the other place. They pointed him to a third place. Put him in a circle.
Now, is this a technique
Yes.
or is this ignorance?
No, technique. They don't want you to know where, and you cannot say anything. You cannot say, okay, where are they? I'm asking everywhere.
I'm going to get my lawyer or...
No, my father is a lawyer himself.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
he asked for like 3 days, and then he was like, they will get out when they get out. I can't do anything about it. Let's hope they get out.
I can't imagine.
He said, let's hope they get out.
I have a 17-year-old son.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
May Allah protect him for you. So it was me and my brother at the same time. So it's not only me as well.
Right.
Yeah, my brother is also like 1 year older than me, so he's also young. Yeah, 8 days, also torture.
They tortured you.
Yes.
15 years old.
Yes, actually, I still have some problem here in my ankle. Like when it gets cold,
They were beating your feet.
there is pain. I cannot like really step on my leg. I can't on my feet. I can't. And it get colored sometimes. Like there's some coloring because of the head.
Now, what does that make you? What does that make you feel about your government? What does that make you feel
Not anymore.
about your leader? About the beloved one you've been taught to love your whole life? Does it make you respect them more, or does it turn you against them?
Absolutely against them.
What kind of tactic is this?
It's so stupid. And like actually like one of the officers, he came in and he was, don't be so dramatic about it. It's not what you think it is. There is a lot of things that the president is going to do. There is a lot of good actions going to happen. Give him some time. We don't want to kill you people. We don't want to do such a thing. And he pulled out his gun.
But we will.
His pistol. And everyone was shaking. Like we were thinking, like we thought we were going to die at that point. And he pointed the gun at each one of us saying like, I could just go and bang, bang, kill you, each one. And then he put back the gun. Like I could hear the breath of the relief from everyone, which just goes like, that he put like his gun away. Like
An
the
adult
pistol.
man.
Yes.
With a gun.
Yes.
Threatening a 15-year-old.
Yes.
What kind of man
Yeah.
is this? Like,
but he said, we are not going to do this. We saw people die. I got caught I was kidnapped from a protest because you shot a little boy. He was like 8 or 10 years. So what do you mean you're not going to do it?
yeah. You already saw it.
I've already seen it in multiple places, but this is I've witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean, like, you're not going to do it? But what you can say in that point? Yeah, you can't say anything. Yeah, we know. And then, he was asking each one of them, like, you married? Well, isn't it be better if you were with your kids, with your family right now? Isn't it better if you are at school and stuff? And then he looked at me. I look older than who I am. I know that. And I was scared. So I don't have this filter, on my tongue. So he was like, wouldn't it be better if you are between, among your family with your wife? And I was like, I'm not married. Among yours in college? I'm not at college. He got pissed off, like, but I'm a kid. How, And he was like, how old you are? And I was like, I was 15. I'm 15. I'm waiting on I did the exam. I'm waiting for the results of my exam. And he was like, yeah, instead of being happy with your friends, with your little friends, now you are here. I was like, you're right, sir. You're all right.
Yeah.
Well, I was scared. I was the youngest. I've seen things there, like a man got his leg broken, no medical care. They burned the man's leg with boiled water to take out a confession. They electrocuted a guy, sorry for the word, but in his balls. Imagine, we had someone with us. He was also 1 year older than me. He's mentally challenged. When we were there, when we talked to him, we can see that this kid is not normal. He mentally challenged, and like he's the one that was electrocuted in multiple places. One of them is that area, in his private area. So he said yes about stuff he did not do, you know, and they actually did, like, made him sign over those things, you know. But then that kid's mother came to where we were captured, and he's her only child as well. So she was crazy. We could hear her crying and yelling.
You can hear the outside.
Yeah, we could hear the mother. Yeah.
What's that feel like? It's like to be so close to the outside, but they don't even know if you're in there.
You know what? Actually, what we were worried about mostly when we heard her crying, not that she's crying for her son. We thought that it's a woman who was captured. That is way worse. Then they got him and they sent him. About that, knowing that actually the first they brought us, when we were kidnapped, they put us what they call the waiting room in that area. It's like if you are on a visit or you have some things to sort out in that place, they put, there is a waiting office. So that is the waiting office. There is a window. Basically, you can see the buildings and the houses around the area. So you can see them, people having fun, watching TV, eating, and you're waiting for the one sandwich that you get, that you will get during the day. You can see them, and especially that's the only way also for us to tell the time, because that's the only thing. That's the only way to see the sky, the sun, and everything. There is no out time where you can go stretch and stuff. No, we were in a room. It was 3 meters by 4. So let's say half of the studio, or actually, let's say from this side until the door, and from cut out also only this part, 32 people.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically you have
You're only standing up.
No. You can lay down, but the way you will lay down is that only your back, from your neck to the lower part of your back, that will be on the ground. Your head on someone, the rest of your body is on people. And it's the same for you.
Wow.
That's the only way to sleep, while laying down.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to be sitting in a certain way to be, and you won't be comfortable because you want to sleep.
This might be a weird question, but how long is 8 days?
There or here?
Yeah.
There it was eternity.
I imagine.
And it's a lot of dreams, let's call it. It's not 8 dreams. Or let's call it 10 dreams. No, it's dreams in general.
Is it mostly nightmares or mostly things you want to do that you feel like are leaving you forever?
It's actually dreams that you think about while you are awake. The dreaming of get out of there in one piece first. Mentally healthy, mental health was still with you, and that you will go and see your family. So that's the dreams.
Focusing on positive things.
Yes.
To keep pulling you forward.
Yes.
More than focusing on negative things.
Yeah, because if you're going to think about the negative things, also with me at that time, my cousin was there. The third cousin, not here, but the cousins that it's another one. Yeah. He was with us also. He's older than me, 5, 6 years older than me. He was also captured with us, but he's one of the people that he couldn't see or he couldn't think about the positive things.
Interesting.
So
he got too focused on the negative.
Yeah, he couldn't talk.
How did it affect him?
He couldn't talk to anyone. You could see it on his face. It's a dying face. That's what you can see. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. Even that, all what you get is one sandwich the whole day. But even that, he could not eat. So like he lost a lot of weight in the 8 days that we were captured. And like, yeah, he suffered a little bit until he was out. And even after that he was out, he was like still in some like emotionally damaged until he was like, until it gets better. He got kidnapped again for like 45 days after that again. But thankfully he left also. He went
So
out.
we're talking about how to survive a dictator. It sounds like one of the things, it's a strategy, it sounds like, is hope.
Well, it depends about what you can do, or if you can't do anything, like if you don't feel like physically you can't do anything, because there's a lot of people says like, I can't fight. There is nothing shameful about it. There is nothing shameful. I'm telling this to all men around the world. There is no shame in saying you can't fight, especially during wars. Especially in wars and under fire. Say you can't fight and don't go there and be a liability for the others. So say you can't fight. It's so normal.
So I feel like maybe we're getting ahead in your story.
Yeah. So hope is all. So for some people, it's everything they can do.
So what happened after you were released after 8 days? It sounds like your life changed in those next few years.
Yes, actually it did. After that, my life wasn't that much different. As I went back to school. Like the summer came, spent the summer with the friends and family. Still, like the things is going on. We still every Friday we go and we protest.
You did you kept going.
Of course. But I still go to the peaceful ones. Because it was like in some areas it was getting more like there is more action. Some places we just go, the mukhabarat, they stay a little bit from far. They don't really come closer. But there's some places where they go and fight with people, and there is some places where they're like shooting happen. There is throwing rocks, Molotovs, putting tires on fire. So I was more peaceful at that time. My brother was like, nah, I need more action. So he started to go to the places where there is chasing. There is, like they attack the protest and they start to hit people. And then he was like, yeah, the adrenaline is not enough. So he started to go to the protests where they're like, they throw rocks at them. There is like, Molotovs involved, tires on fire, everything. And he was like 16 and someone got shot in front of him, but in the leg or in the shoulder. It wasn't like deadly one. So he was using the something I don't know what it's called, like a scarf to hide his face, because there is people that actually their job was taking picture of people so they can give it to the mukhabarat later. That was their jobs. So a lot of people, you will see them covering their faces, and one of them was my brother. So he like took that and to tie it in the injured man so he doesn't bleed a lot. So he came back home like full of adrenaline, like he's so happy he did something good. Besides that, he was like protesting. And then also that wasn't enough. He needed to here for the military that was starting to grow at that time, the what we call Free Syrian Army, the Free Syrian Army. He went for small training, short training, to be trained on how to use guns and how to fight in general, because there was some officers that they left the army because of everything.
They left the official government army.
Yes. And
they started their own revolutionary army with their
Exactly.
skills and their training. And after they saw what the military was doing, they said,
when they have been asked to do,
we don't accept this. We don't want to be a part of this.
Exactly. I'm not going to kill my people.
Killing our own people.
Exactly. So they left and they went on the other side. And then the whole area where I used to live in, like the war started in it. It was a little bit far, but then the Free Syrian Army decided that it's time to enter the Damascus. So there was a plan to go and like, get everything done. But it did not work that well, and unfortunately. So, but we were out of my neighborhood. We were out of everywhere, and the bombing started. I was going to also volunteer at that time, but then my brother got injured. He got shot in his leg. So I was the one who will take care of him.
Mm.
I stayed with him for like 2 months and a half, carrying him around. We moved to a different place. We lived in a building, 30th floor, but no electricity, no elevator, nothing.
Now, are you still like embedded with the FSA military, or are you like totally outside of it at this
No,
time?
no. At that time, still, I'm not engaged.
Okay.
My brother was.
Okay.
So, but like I was with him until he was okay. He removed the cast from his leg. He went back to the front line. Told my parents, it's my time.
Mm.
And I took.
How old were you?
I was 50. I was still like turning 16.
You went to the front lines when you were 16.
Yes. My first shift, I was 16, 3 months.
Should 16-year-olds be allowed to fight in a revolution?
No. Okay. So, you see, I look older than who I am. So, physically, I'm capable.
Emotionally,
mentally,
morally,
what
does that do for you?
No kids should fight, but I choose to fight. That's the difference. We were surrounded, no medical help. People got injured. You need people in replacement for those people. People dying, people getting injured. So you need someone else to fight in their place, because if I don't fight, they're gonna capture me and my family. I was not only defending my land. I wasn't trying only to get the government, like the dictator, down. I was trying to protect my family and myself. That's the main reason.
You said your brother was chasing adrenaline for some of that time.
Because he was a kid.
But you were a kid also, 15, 16.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about chasing adrenaline, which I totally understand, and a true moral conviction of waging a revolution.
It was both of them. It was like he was different. He wasn't like me. I was a little bit calmer than him, but he's one of the people that I want to do this. Okay, I will do it right now. You know what I mean? So it was for him like, I want to get rid of this dictator. So what is the most I can do? Okay, now I have the only option, which is like peaceful protest. Okay, now I can do more. I will do more. Now I can do more. I will do more. Now I can fight with weapons. Okay, I will do that. So that's what is like pushing him. He got shot twice. That was the first, and after that, in another operation, he got sniped in his neck. But thankfully, it wasn't like too much harm. Yeah, the bullet went through all the muscles out of his back. No harm. 3 days went back to the front line.
Didn't touch the spine or
Yeah.
anything. Wow.
3 times, third time, like 3 days. On the fourth, he was on his way back to the front line.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like that kind of a guy. So after like his first injury, he was okay. He went back. Dad, mom, my time. I took 55 days of training. I was trained on a lot of weapons, technique, how to hide, in case of like there is ambush gonna happen, or in general during fighting, where to take cover behind like something solid that bullets won't go through, stuff like that. Techniques of war. And yeah, I was young, but it wasn't necessary, because as I told you, like I need to protect my family. And it's not only about at that point. What I'm trying to say is at that point exactly, it was to protect more than getting the dictator down, because there was not a lot of force we have, and a lot of men because they were all like more than 75% of the Free Syrian Army are civilians. Some of them who was trained, who went on the, like the military serving before, and some, who did not. So there is no actual war experience or fighting experience. A lot got killed, and a lot got injured. and because of the no medical help, so a lot of people that you need to replace those people.
Yeah.
So who you will replace them with? So you
Tell
need,
me
you need
more.
new people.
Tell me more about this idea of fighting to protect your family more than trying to get rid of the dictator. Because I think a lot of, sometimes when you have a really big idea like revolution, it's a good way to get people to come in.
Yes.
But then once they're inside, the meaning of the fighting can change. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
fighting for your family, sometimes you're fighting for the brother beside you. Tell me about how the fighting and therefore the revolution changes over time.
Sometimes you fight for all of you mentioned, or all of the
Sure.
things that you mentioned, because we have seen what the Assad militias has done when they entered some villages. They captured everyone alive. They killed, shooting. They slaughtered. Not like just some saying.
Yeah.
Babies, not beheaded, but they were slaughtered.
Yeah.
So, and there is no empathy. They don't care if you're old, young, a woman, man, disabled. There is nothing gonna stop them from killing whomever they see. So I was fighting for that idea. I was fighting for my brother next to me. I was fighting for myself. I was fighting for my freedom. So I was trying to put all of those also, like it's one of the ways to survive during war, is you put all of those ideas in your head to survive also. To more reasons to survive.
Do you think that's why they were fighting also from their side?
No,
The other side?
no. The other side is fighting for Bashar.
Is that different than survival?
Yes.
Are they not trying to survive their own dictator from their own side?
No, because he's not a dictator.
But they are afraid of him.
There was at the beginning, but not anymore. I don't believe that there is anyone who is afraid or don't like but forced, or any certain types of people that they say, I don't like him, I don't love him, but I don't believe in that after 2015. Maybe 14 even. I don't believe people that they can say that. There was millions of ways that, you see, because the problem is in the first 2 years, especially in the first 2 to 3 years, when some soldiers leave the official army and even not going to the other side. Some of them, they said like, I'm not fighting at all. So they leave. Some people smuggle them to send them to Turkey or to Jordan to leave the country. So those people, they did not fight anyone, but still their family were chased. They captured their mothers, their sisters, brothers, fathers, whoever they can. And some families died because their son just left the official army.
Right.
So I can understand if someone said I'm forced in the first 2 to 3 years because they were following their families, but after that they stopped doing that. So whoever goes or stays after 2015, he was there because he likes it.
From their heart more. Yeah. Tell me about your encounters, if you had encounters with the other side, because the coalition against Assad was very big and very diverse, we can say. You have Free Syrian Army, made up mostly of Arab military defectors. Then you have Kurdish groups, which then somehow joined some forces with Free Syrian Army. You have the Al-Qaeda and Daesh, ISIS kind of groups, Nusra, and tell me about those different groups that you encountered or had to work with or fight against over time.
So the first people that I went on the training with, they used to be called Liwa al-Islam. They were one of the Islamist facilities in the Free Syrian Army. They were under the Free Syrian Army, but they are Islamist. So, you see, I believe in something which is enough educated person cannot be brainwashed by religion or by politics. That is 100%. This is something I truly 100% believe in. So they tried brainwashing with me. I've seen it working on the others. I've started to see the same thing that the Assad start to do, which is blind loyalty. I start to see that. I couldn't stay. I finished my training, but I did not work with them. I went with people that are more like me. They have one purpose, which is taking down that dictator. Before like thinking about family and everything, but like those people that are around me, what they want is that guy. So I start to feel like, okay, I'm more comfortable with those. At that time, there was no Jabhat Nusra yet. It wasn't like founded yet. And what I believe actually that Jabhat Nusra is also like coming out of those those Islamic people, those Islamist groups, when some of them go extreme, like those who went really extreme, they went to do Jabhat Nusra. Well, with the support with, some, to be honest with you, from outside also. Of course, they're not going to be able to do it by themselves. But this is how it happens. This is what I believe happens, like, in cells when they, split and grow more. This is how it happens. Jabhat Nusra is one of the people that I despise. I can't stand them because of the way they brainwash people. I lost a friend, not to death, but I lost him as a friend just because he started to believe in what Jabhat Nusra believes. He started to look down on me.
And this, for our audience, this is like kind of a Al-Qaeda affiliate or ISIS type group.
Like we're talking about...
Most Americans don't know the name Nusra as much as maybe ISIS or Al-Qaeda. They're related.
90%.
Yeah, they're like
90%.
Cousin groups.
Yes, exactly. I like her cousin, you can say. Yeah. But like everything like goes the same way, ISIS and Al-Nusra, they talking in the name of Islam, but I don't believe they are really, truly good Muslims.
Well, let's fast forward a minute before we run out of time. Their leader now...
I know.
Overthrew... He was the one who was successful in finally overthrowing Bashar al-Assad. This guy we've been talking about for the whole show was defeated 2 months ago in December of 2024.
Yes.
And the man who did it, the man who led the group who did it,
yes,
is the leader of this Islamist group.
Yes.
Who was on every terror list in the world. The group...
I love the word was.
Yeah. The guy you're saying, the group you're saying, I don't like these guys. Now they are in charge of your country. What does it mean?
I've said also this. I said I don't want him as a president for multiple reasons. One of them that he was the leader of those people. Second reason is because he's, as I said in the beginning, he's a military person.
So here's my question. Are you going right now to your third generation of dictatorship?
No. Well, you see, what happened is, if you look at his tone, is also tone changed. The way of his, the way he thinks is now different. Now he became a political person. Now I might accept him until the end of this period. But I'm not going to vote for him for another period. I'm not going to vote for him. Because I'm afraid that at some point, the same way he changed, he might go back. So I'm not going to wait. So if he did great for the country, this is my personal opinion. And myself, I'm not going to vote for him. Maybe there is a lot of people will do, and me might stay. But the thing that I love right now about Syria, that people are not afraid. There is no fear. People knows now, even that there is some misconcept about freedom, but they know that they can talk now. So that's something I love. You can say whatever you want. If something happens, you can talk more. And words now are doing something in Syria. So there is a lot of people that they got hired that they are from the previous government, and people start to say what are you doing? why those people are back in charge. They have connections, they have done things against our revolution, against our civilians, and they have been like immediately removed. Some of them, they has been sent to question because there is blood on their hands. So that's the thing that I see is different right now.
I'm sure that some of our audience clicked on this episode to survive a dictator for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are looking at the situation in America right now, and they're thinking, they're hearing things and they're seeing things, and they're very scared. Maybe our country is becoming more and more like a dictatorship. Then you have the people on the other side who maybe they feel very loyal, very interested, very connected to Trump or Elon Musk or this political party. And both of these groups are looking at words like dictator, coup, anything like that. And so the idea that we have to survive a dictatorship is interesting to both sides. One side because they think it's coming, and the other side because they reject that it's coming 100%.
True.
Do you have any advice for our American friends who may or may not be entering a dictatorship?
I hope they do not. For the people that they are loyal to anyone, think about this person. You need to really do some deep research about him, see what is behind his action. You have to look at the bigger picture. What he is doing is in the benefits of the country. If he is, so guilty, it's in its place. But once you see someone is actually doing what is a personal interest, not the government interest, that is not someone deserves my loyalty.
President Trump released a video yesterday about how he's going to change Gaza and make it to Trump Gaza. And one of the pictures in the AI video that he released is a huge golden statue of Trump. Does that remind you of anything in your country?
Yeah, all of the statues that they have destroyed.
What is it about some guys in statues of themselves?
That is a dictator sign. That is. You see, why do I have a president statue in a university? Beside all of the other places, but like university,
Yeah.
why do I have it in a university?
The place you're supposed to be the most free to think and
Exactly.
learn new things. So Americans have this idea, we talk about this on every show, because I keep hearing it from Americans everywhere, this can never happen to us. Like, America is a different kind of country. We know that stuff's going to happen in Iraq, in Syria, in Gaza, in Yemen, in Egypt. America is not like those. We're totally different kind of people, totally different kind of country. It can never happen to us. What do you think about that?
Can I prove you wrong? Easily. Look at the protesting that is happening right now. You can see brutality from the police. If they can do that to people, so what's going to stop them for any other to do it? They can do it. They're already doing it. What's going to stop them? They have been told by the government to go and fight those protesters in any way they want, and they're doing it. Media is being controlled. Internet is being controlled. So how are you going to have your free speech? If you go out and see your opinion, and if it doesn't match the government, like if it's not matching the government right now, you're blocked, you're canceled. The algorithm is not going to show you to the people. Where is the free speech? No free speech.
So how do you survive a dictator? If you have a final warning, a final word to our friends who are in this situation right now, anywhere. Education.
Always education. Education, because it's going to tell you who you are talking to, how to talk to those people, how to understand them also, how to raise the kids of the future, to raise them for a future which is going to be like a dictator free. If you can't do that, leave. Leave. That's the only way. I can live as a resident in a different country which has a dictator, because he's not my president. It's not my country. I might stay there for like a couple of years, 10, 20, but I'm going to leave at the end. It's not my country. I might be related to the city itself. Sometimes, like in a different country, which is I have faced, you might get like connection with the walls, believe me, more than people that you might meet in this, different country. So yeah, if you can't see yourself be able to fight the dictator or the signs of the dictator that you're seeing, if you can't do it, you can't fight, like physically fight also, leave.
And what have you learned about your neighbors in this time? I mean, you saw neighbors being pulled apart across different groups. How do we stay together in times before we have to fight each other? Back when we still have the roses in the U.S. right now, right?
Yeah.
We still are holding roses.
Yes.
And I want to do everything in my power to keep us with the roses before we pick up something besides the roses. How do we do that?
Media is amazing. What you can talk about and the algorithm cannot mess with is speaking mutual, like in between. So you can reach those police officers. You can tell them that it's okay to leave. It's okay to leave such a government. It's okay to leave them.
And you actually have history that this worked.
Yes.
You saw thousands defect.
Yes. If you look Egypt, for example, in the beginning of the Arab Spring, when Mubarak was still there, they went so fast because of what? Because the military said, we're not going to kill our people. They said, they had this say, which is جيش والشعب إيد واحدة. The military and the people are one hand. That's what made them survive. Unfortunately, it did not still on the same way, but that what made them win the first time.
At the beginning.
Yes, at the beginning, yes. So I believe if you can talk to those people, if you can let them, remind them that there is humans, because I believe those people that they can give such like loyalty, to fight people for peaceful protest. They don't see you as a human. If I see you as a human, I can't fight you for no real reason. If there is no life, like no people at risk, there is no life at risk, there is no reason for me to punch you in the face. I don't have any reason. If I'm sure you're not gonna throw anything at me or any one of my coworkers or like no life's at risks. So why I can't treat you as a human? Because I don't see you as a human. That's why how can I do it? So there is a lot deeper. If you want to go about this, especially like this situation you're talking about, you can go deeper and you can see stuff. So you need to remind those people. You need media is a really dangerous weapon. You can use it in all ways, in a good weapon, but also a bad weapon, and you can use it for good. You can try to reach those people. You can target them in your hashtags so they can see the things that they really need to see, to remind them that what you are fighting against in this protest are your brothers, your sisters, your homies, your friends and brothers in this country. So you need to be careful with what you're doing. Yeah, war is not good. So
Bahā Alhoussary, thank you so much for being here with us today in the Department of Peace, with a powerful word and reflection about the importance of holding each other's humanity, even in the worst of times.
Absolutely. Pleasure is mine.
Thank you,
absolutely,
my friend. We are the Department of Peace. If today's conversation challenged you or changed you or made you think, don't let it stop here. If you're sick of the way things are, but you don't want to just sit in your frustration, I hope you'll become a member of the Department of Peace today. The Department of Peace online community is a space where doers and dreamers across the world are coming together to rise above the mindsets and the systems that keep us down and divided. And this isn't just talk, we're actually doing it. We fund relief work in Gaza, we're rebuilding in Iraq and Syria. And we're producing and touring protest art from Ukraine and the West Bank. When you join us, you'll be joining a community of people ready to help you wage peace in your backyard as well. And we're trying to build a real movement here, and we need you in it. Find us at www.departmentofpeace.world. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. Because most believe the way things are is the way things have to be. But I have a feeling if you've made it this far, you're not like most. Which means we really need you. Click below to enlist in the Department of Peace today.